Will you start the pledge, please?
Everybody to join me in the national anthem. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, for the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you very much. We are fortunate today to have two distinguished speakers. Our first speaker is Colin L. Reed, who became the 28th mayor of Plattsburgh on January 1st, 2017. He is also a professor at SUNY Plattsburgh, where he has taught money and banking for over 30 years, as well as history and economic finance. Dr. Reed holds multiple degrees, including his PhD in economics with specialties in finance and urban and real estate. He has published numerous research papers, hundreds of newspaper articles, and a dozen books on topics relating to his research in economics and finance. He has served on various boards in the Clinton County Legislature before being elected mayor almost 2 years ago. Welcome, Mayor Reed.
Comments are going to be shorter than my introduction, actually. But thank you all for coming out today. You know, people all across the country at the same time are honoring the fallen. You used the word a moment ago, protect us for our freedom. And freedom never comes without a cost. And many of the people who are buried in this historic cemetery paid the ultimate price for our freedom. So please remember that this is an educational moment. Doing this all across the country at the same time reminds you young people that of the sacrifices that have provided this world for us today. So thank you all for coming out. Thank you for putting this together.
Thank you very much. Our second speaker is our New York 115th Assemblyman Billy Jones. Prior to Assemblyman Jones' election to Assembly in 2016, he ran his family's farm, and he was a correction officer for 20 years while serving as mayor of Chateaugay, as a Franklin County legislator, both member and chairman. He is also active in a variety of organizations through the North Country, including the Chateaugay Rotary Club, the Malone Elks Club, and the North Country Economic Development Council. Recently, you may have seen Mr. Jones supporting and honoring our veterans by assisting the North Country Honor Flight in raising funds at the race in Rouse's Point. Assemblyman Jones.
Thank you very much. And I promise you my remarks will be briefer than Colin's resume and biography. But I can't tell you what an honor it is to be here. Anytime that I can come out and honor our veterans and honor our fallen heroes that have done so much for our country. I certainly treasure that. And all of you for coming here. It shows you how much you respect and honor our fallen heroes. And this might seem like a small gesture to some people, laying wreaths in a cemetery, but I promise you it is significant. We talked about honoring and remembering and teaching. That is the motto that is going on all over the country today. And teaching our young children how to respect and honor our freedoms due to the sacrifices that these brave young women have made before us. So I think that is an important point. Thank you very much to the organizers here. This is such a wonderful and beautiful gesture we're doing for our heroes. So thank you all. And the weather did agree with us a little bit today, so we should cherish that as well. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Walks of life. The freedoms we enjoy today have not come without a price. Laying here before us in cemeteries throughout this nation are men and women who gave their lives so that we can live in freedom and without fear. We can worship as we see fit. We can raise our children to believe as we do. We can travel from one end of this great nation to the other and not have to ask permission. We are free to vote for whomever we feel should be in government office without an explanation. We have the right to succeed and the right to fail at whatever endeavor we wish to pursue. The United States of America was founded on the ideals of freedom, justice, and equality. Our nation stands as a shining beacon of liberty and freedom to the world. We thank those who gave their lives to keep us free, and we shall not forget them. We shall remember. Today, many of you are veterans of wars and conflicts that America has had to fight to protect the innocent and the oppressed. This nation has always been the first to stand up for the freedom of the people for around the world. Many of you here today have answered that call and served your country well. We are here today to say thank you. We are honored to know each of you. There are many men and women serving today in all branches of the service, in the military, here at home, and in places far away, and many of them unheard of. These men and women are part of the best trained, best equipped force in the world. We honor them and their families for the sacrifices that they make every day to keep our country safe from terrorism, hatred, and injustice. Quoting our 40th President, Ronald Reagan, quote, "Freedom is never more than one generation away from extinction. Sorry about that. We didn't pass it to our children in the bloodstream. It must be fought for, protected, and handed on for them to do the same. Or one day, we will spend our sunset years telling our children and our children's children when it was once like in the United States where men and women were free." End quote. Today, we show a united front of gratitude and respect across the United States of America as we remember the fallen, honor those who serve, and teach our children the value of freedom. Members of the American Legion, the Veterans of Foreign Wars, the Disabled American Veterans, and we have a member of the Vermont Air National Guard, who will lay the ceremonial and military service remembrance wreaths. Per their request, their individual names will not be announced. Honor Guard, present arms. The remembrance wreath in memory of the unknown soldier of the Revolutionary War. The remembrance wreath in memory of the unknowns of the Battle of Plattsburgh. The remembrance wreath in memory of Spanish-American War Medal of Honor recipient Thomas Kelly. For those of you who don't know, Thomas Kelly was awarded for his action in Santiago de Cuba on July 1st, 1898. When Americans were advancing across large areas of open ground, Private Kelly rushed to the rescue of the wounded under heavy enemy shell fire and snipers at the edges of the jungle. His mental and citation reads, Kelly, Thomas, gallantly assisted in the rescue of the wounded from in front of the lines and while under heavy fire from the enemy. His medal was awarded on June 22nd, 1899. He was born in Ireland, but he died in Plattsburgh in December 1920. The remembrance wreath in memory of those who served and are serving in the United States Army. The remembrance wreath in memory of those who served and are serving in the United States Marine Corps. The remembrance wreath in memory of those who served and are serving in the United States Navy. The remembrance wreath in memory of those who served and are serving in the United States Air Force. The remembrance wreath in memory of those who served and are serving in the United States Coast Guard. The remembrance wreath in memory of those who served and are serving in the United States Merchant Marines. The remembrance wreath in honor of the more than 83,000 United States servicemen from all branches of the service whose last known status was either prisoners of war or missing in action. These individuals have never returned home to their families and homes. We shall not forget. Our benediction will be given by David Gordon, chaplain of the Prue Memorial VFW. It will be followed by the rifle salute and taps by the American Legion Post 1619 Color Guard.
Please uncover. Let us pray. May our fields of remembrance be touched with true beauty of green and red. Green is to remind us to pray for the soul of our nation. And with red, we acknowledge in humble gratitude those who sacrificed and gave their lifeblood to obtain and secure our liberty. Amen.
What? Forward, forward. Turn to fire. And fire. 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 Present. Forward.
The wreaths are in boxes along the side. After the laying of the wreaths, please join us for a small reception of cocoa and cookies provided by the Clinton County Historical Society and Perkins Restaurants. The reception is being held at the Clinton County Historical Association, located on the old base at 98 Ohio Avenue. For individuals who don't wish to climb the steep stairs inside the building, there is an elevator at the back entrance of the building. Please join us. As a reminder, we are not here to decorate their graves. We are here to remember their lives. Take one or two wreaths, place them, and return for others, if there are still wreaths to be laid. Unfortunately, the flags have been removed that distinguished each marker as belonging to a veteran. Most stones indicate branch of service or a rank. Please check each marker. If we have extra wreaths, multiple wreaths can be placed at the Tomb of the Unknown for the Battle of Plattsburgh, since that monument and tomb represents a number of soldiers and sailors buried there. Remember, stand quietly before the grave, say the veteran's name, thank them for their service to our country, step forward, place the wreath leaning against the upright stone or on top of a flat stone, and take 2 steps back. Thank you very much for coming. Have a safe and happy, healthy holiday season, and I hope to see you at the reception. Thank you for participating, and thank you for coming.